Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes as we watch a weak low pressure area moving up the East Coast, and it is producing some downpours to our south. We actually spent much of the morning and afternoon in sunshine veiled through high clouds, and now those clouds are increasing. Kind of a bit of a difficult forecast for Sunday for some areas, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Weather in 5 is brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. 631-756-1125 is the phone number for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com. And Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini, your complete holiday lighting specialist, meeting all your decorating needs. Whether you want to decorate your home for the holidays or maybe you want to be the decorator and make this a part of your business. They're at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, New York, on Long Island, and the phone number is 631-957-5106. The website, liholidaylighting.com. So just go back to the satellite, and you can see this area is just kind of sliding northward. It would be a much easier forecast if we had confidence on whether the precipitation that's on the radar were to hold together, and that's really the big question. If you look at the radar as of 4:30 Eastern time, and you're watching that rain starting to reach southernmost New Jersey, covering much of central southern Delaware, eastern Maryland, down into eastern Virginia. We've had a few severe thunderstorm warnings in the mix, a couple of flash flood warnings, and some special marine warnings with this. And we're seeing this occurring there because the area of rain and the upper air support is coming at a time with maximum daytime heating. So we've seen this precipitation get enhanced, but during the overnight, some of it's going to weaken, and the question is going to be how much. And I'm thinking that if you're west of New York City, you're probably going to see very little out of this in terms of rain. My concern is probably from areas from New York City on eastward, especially across central and eastern Long Island, and for southern and southeastern New England on Sunday. At the very least, I think we're going to wind up seeing a lot of clouds being left around by this weak low as it goes by. And at least for the first part of the day into tomorrow morning, maybe even some leftover showers and some leftover downpours. The surface right now, we still have this old frontal boundary. It just doesn't want to go away. It's stalled out. It is on the weak side. The air on either side of it there's not a whole lot of difference. We're seeing dew points up in the 60s on the left side or the west side of the front, and you get more of a tropical air mass to the east. But in terms of temperatures, there's not really a whole lot of difference on either side, and gradually that frontal boundary is going to disintegrate. It just seems to be taking a lot longer than advertised. So we'll run through the forecast. I'm going to show you the latest NAM model, probably a little underdone in terms of what's on the radar, and it actually, as we move this forward in time, it actually doesn't really lift it much further to the north. The only issue I have is the fact that the NAM is kind of missing that northern edge, which is already up into southernmost New Jersey around Cape May and south of Atlantic City. This model makes everything sort of disappear. Some downpours fire up again overnight in the southern New Jersey and coastal counties down into southern Delaware, but you'll notice it never really makes it further north than that. And then it's all but gone. Now, this would be a more optimistic view for those areas in southern New England and Long Island and southeastern New England. Points to the west don't have any issue here because I think we're probably going to see clouds giving way to some sunshine, and those areas for Sunday will wind up seeing warmer temperatures. On the other hand, if you look at today's GFS model, which has a better look in terms of how it sees the radar, it also weakens it to an extent and then fires it up again during the overnight in southern New Jersey with rain over eastern Long Island and southern New England. This is tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So again, go to the west of New York City, especially if you go west of Philadelphia into south central, southeastern PA, down into Maryland and Delaware. You're all done with this. Just a question of how fast does the sun break through the cloud cover. But the low lingering offshore creates some questions for tomorrow for those areas east of New York City and on up toward Boston, southeastern New England, Long Island, southern New England. Either way, we're going to transition over to very warm to hot weather starting on Monday, but really getting going on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Late in the day Tuesday, some scattered thunderstorms will pop up mainly inland. We'll do it again late in the day on Wednesday. And then late in the day on Thursday, looks like the chances on Thursday kind of shift a little bit further to the south. And then we get a cold front that will approach on Friday with probably the best chance for showers and thunderstorms that we'll have all week. But it's all going to depend on the timing. Now, as far as the temperatures are concerned, we'll take a look at what to expect for highs tomorrow. Now, if you're socked in with clouds, you're going to have a real tough time tomorrow, and temperatures will probably be in the low to mid 70s. But if you're further inland and west, you're looking at temperatures that will get up into the 80s. And if you go south and west, south central, southeastern PA, point south, you'll probably be in the middle to upper 80s. And moving along into next week, we'll tack on a couple of degrees each day. We'll have mostly 80s with temperatures up in the low 90s in areas to the south, southern Pennsylvania, down toward Maryland and northeastern Virginia. Low and middle 80s just about everywhere else. And then Tuesday, we're going to start to really pop those temperatures up. The highs will be in the upper 80s and low 90s just about everywhere. And I think that forecast will probably hold for the rest of the week for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Temperatures will, of course, each day be a little bit cooler along the shore and along areas that will be more exposed to an ocean wind, like, for example, southeastern New England and over eastern Long Island. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, 631-756-1125. For the best prices in town, OmniTrueValue.com is the website. Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini, your complete holiday lighting specialist, meeting all your decorating needs at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, 631-957-5106, and the website there, liholidaylighting.com. Just want to check really quick on the tropics because we actually have 3 tropical waves that are being identified. One that's south of the Cape Verde Islands, another one to the west of that, and a third one that's further west along at about 45 or 50 degrees north. They all remain pretty weak. And one of the issues at the moment is the fact that they're kind of threading the needle. There's northeasterly shear, strong upper air winds in the upper atmosphere from the northeast that are lying just south of what is being plotted as 3 low centers for Sunday morning. And then you go up to the north, along about north of 15 degrees north and points northward, particularly once you get north of 20, you have strong westerly shear running at about 25 to 35 knots in terms of the speed. And these waves are kind of pinned in the middle, in between these 2 hostile environments. So they are going to probably have a bit of a tough time getting going. We are noticing that the models are picking up on the middle wave. Some of the models are, and developing that into a tropical storm later next week, and we're going to keep our eyes on that. But as we look forward to the upper air conditions, it's still kind of problematic over the next 7 days or so, and that's going to impact any development. If that second wave does develop, at least in the world of the GFS, it does kind of isolate itself into a better environment for strengthening around the middle part of next week and beyond as it heads towards the Northeast Caribbean Sea, assuming that that's real, but not the most ideal conditions in the world for tropical cyclone development at this time. But we wrote about it. Those of you on my weather platform on Patreon, patreon.com/meteorologist Joe Cioffi, there's a post from earlier today that gets into all the upper air conditions and what may or may not happen in terms of tropical storm development down the road. I'll be on tomorrow morning solo. Joe Rayo has the day off, so we're going to do a solo show tomorrow. We're going to, for now, 11 a.m. Eastern time. There's a chance it might go earlier. If it does, I will certainly let you know about it. Have a great rest of your Saturday.